Holy crap. Is it working? Okay. Shouldn't I have that little... Hi. Welcome. Welcome to I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Let's see. Stream settings, analytics. It says I'm live. Woohoo, top chat. So that makes me think, okay, that's over here. Last time I did this incorrectly, it shut up someplace else. If you manage to pop on, I would love you to tell me whether you can hear me okay. Because I'm not sure. I know exactly what's going on. So, all right. So I'm Jamie, and this is a shit show. No, this is the Feral Quilter. I am Gen X. I own a quilt shop. I have a studio at home that's a freaking mess. And being as I'm home and I'm a real human being, I have things that are going to erupt like dogs and adult kids that are home knocking on the door. Who knows? It's late right now. Hopefully, we're going to be a nice window between the dogs have eaten and the dog wants to go to bed. I have 4 of them. You'll meet them all at some point. The name of the game here is I have a shit ton of UFOs, and I own a shop, so I never get a chance to do my UFOs, only make more. Um, I have a Wheel of Fortune that I made with my UFOs in it, over 20 of them or so. And as some disappear, I have new ones to filter in because I missed a bunch. And I'm creating more. So I'm gonna let you know how many numbers I have. We'll spin a number on every episode and I'll work on it. And I might get it done. I might not get it done. I might bitch a lot about it. I don't know. Make a list as well. And if I pull a number 6, then you work on your number 6 as well. And I have the chat here. So hopefully I'll be able to see that as we go. But being as I'm not sure I've got it all set up yet and I've got beginner jitters. Right. I'm going to be working on a project for the shop. This is my testy thing. I've done lives. I do lives all the time. But this is what we're going to work on. It is from Violet Craft. I have bunches of pieces of this done while screwing around trying to get the camera set up. At 10 minutes trying to get the camera to talk to OBS to find out I unplugged it. Plugged it in and bingo! I'm like, I hate this. All right, what am I doing? So I made up a little map. This one has all kinds of numbers and symbols and whatnot on it to represent backgrounds and every other color. I've made my map. Problem with this pattern versus other patterns that have large pieces is the fact that it was set up to only be able to be printed on 11 by 17 paper. And the papers that you use for paper piecing don't come in that size. I didn't want to hand trace everything. And it wasn't designed with this is a large piece. Here's your your registration marks to be able to hook it together to make, yeah, it just, so I'm using thicker paper. I used a light box to trace my lines on the back as well, so I could see what the hell I was doing. It's going together beautifully, but that's my only little bummer. I also am playing with Inkscape to see if I could get the coloring book page, like part of this, into there, and then I'm clipping in the fabrics that I'm using. And I think I did it. I think I like it, but now I got to figure out how to print it, and it's a steep learning curve. about as steep as this. All right, I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to just start screwing around. And if you pop in, great. If not, great. I'm just getting it started. So if you have suggestions, positive, please, in different layouts for the camera or something's bouncing too much or you can't hear me for shit, just let me know. I'm going to be shifting the camera around so you can see what I'm doing. If that sucks and you don't like it, tell me. It's a bitch, so I'd rather not do it. But I'm here as well as sewing on the machine, so I wanted to be able to show you both things. However, I don't have another camera to be able to have that on, say, where I'm pressing. So yeah, I can only do so much. It's just me on my wee quilter salary. And as everybody knows, if you quilt, you have no money because there's always a new fabric. Okay, what is everybody else working on? We've had some really hot days. So what I do, I hear my husband just coming in from outside, so he doesn't know I'm recording. So for piece number one, I tape. It's not permanent. It doesn't stay on your fabric. It stays on the paper. So I just figured out what the cat was a few minutes ago. Just why I'm late in starting. Because I had to map it out. Just starting gardens. Meaning not necessarily today we're starting to put stuff in the ground. So I don't think we're that new. But we're new enough to gardening that some things are growing and some things aren't. So when it comes to paper piecing, if you haven't done foundation paper piecing, let's see, where the hell would that show up best? Let's see, how do I map that for you guys? Okay. When you're doing foundation paper piecing, these add a quarter rulers are really handy. They come in pink and they come in this lovely yellow. It's not my favorite color. Actually, pink isn't either, but pink is better than yellow. It's got this lipped edge on it. Oops, I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. So when you have a seam, you can butt it up against the seam and it locks in place so that that's a quarter of an inch. They have ones that are tapered here so that you could do that folding back that you just saw me do. Everybody does their own thing. I'll put a link to these down below. Um, the link, so I don't have to keep changing it. It will let you know if I'm out of stock, and it should allow you to go ahead and order if we're out of stock, but I'll have to get more stock in. Yeah. Um, but I find I like something flatter, like cardstock, or a little bit thinner cardstock. Like, remember those old in the magazine rip out things that you fill in that you wanted to get a magazine subscription? That's perfect. But nobody does those anymore. So B is dots, and that is my yellow. What did I do with the yellow? Oh, okay. So what I did this time is I went to the dollar store and I grabbed a 3-ring binder. It was cheesy, really. But I cut the 3-ring part out, and so I can't like warp it from overfolding, like you can mush in a side of cardstock. Anyway, I've got, so what I do is I line up my second piece. Personally, this is my method, and I think I grabbed it from Violet. When this is folded back and your fabrics are right sides together, then check your positioning. Because if this bottom piece, the new piece you're adding on for this, can cover this section with your allotted seam allowances at this point, it will also fit correctly once you open it. So this helps with angles. You'll see as we go. I like to carry it like this over to here, then open. I don't have a dog. Okay. Then open just so. Rotate. So, if you read the little description, my thoughts are simple. I'm pretty simple. Try not to make it too complicated. We have feral everything. We have, and I love them. Can't wait to go to one. But we've got the 80s guys with Slim Sherry and Kelly Mannon and Dad Bod Veteran and the Professor off the top of my head. It's fantastic. But we go because of nostalgia. And all of us Gen Xers are out there slaving away doing our shit. And our hobbies mix. There's got to be some other Gen Xer that's sitting out there that doesn't already come to my store bitching about something when they get stuff done, similar attitudes. So there was already a tattooed quilter, so I couldn't do that. All right, so here's where we're at. I used my little piece to, whoops, I didn't change it back. See, damn it. Pain in the ass. Um, so now we go on to C, and that is, okay, so here's my opportunity to change this if I want. Like, I don't think I want what it wants. Here I go, changing the damn pattern. I can't even get the sample done. Sorry, Violet, without fucking it up. All right. So if you look at the reflection here, maybe. Well, anyway, if you look at the sun or moon up in here, it reflects the colors from the mountains. So, like this one shows some purple up in there, but in the dark one, in the night one, what they want reflected up there is my almost black blue, along with, you know, this. And it just seems too dark. And so I was thinking maybe I'd maybe still reflect blue, but to the lighter blue. Let's screw with it. All right, here's a good example of my little method I picked up from Violet. Like we're besties. Um, all right, so if I line my already quarter edge up, then I know that this is exactly where it's going to end up being. So I'm going to look at this shape here. I definitely want my fabric to be more than a quarter of an inch there, more than a quarter of an inch past these points and here as well. So we can already tell we're good here. I can tell by holding it up that it comes all the way over to here. And so that's going to be big enough. So have people paper pieced? What is your favorite paper or pattern designer? Do you always go back to the same one? Has anybody done the epic ones? It is epic, isn't it? It's epic. Yeah, I think it's Epic. Epic Kit. I think they're so detailed, so amazing. I can't even. Thing is, because they're so detailed, I don't think I could handle figuring all of that out. This, I can make it up. That, there's like 200 different colors in a red dragon. So that makes me think I'd want to get one of their kits. And you're looking at anywhere from 2 to 600, maybe? I can't remember. Boy, this getting old shit sucks. I think I need my readers. All right. There is our little rainbow piece. This one's going to be up in the sun. Moon. Moon. I'm doing the nighttime thing. All right. So what I've started doing is just kind of have the sections go together. You have all these individual sections. Now here's 20 and 22, and then this makes the bigger sections. So at this point, I'm piecing all of these sections, and then I'll group them because I'm twisted like that. So, that was number 12. And let's do 13. Taxi, I wrote it on the back. Where are we at? Let's start with A. It is background. A, B, and C is background, so that'll be easy. And C, D. D is triangles. Triangles are white. White. Okay. So I've been having problems with my neighbor. You locals will know who I'm talking about. It's just been so quiet. You ever think it's too quiet? Okay, where's all my fabrics? Here they are. Like, should I not be letting my guard down yet? Here, I don't need a piece. I don't think. Okay, I visually just piled something on top of my tablet. I know that later I'll be tearing this place apart looking for it. I'm hoping that being as I stated that out loud, I'll remember that I did that. Okay. So I put the back side of the pattern to the back side of that. And we've already determined A, B, and C are off. So she did it this way, in case you're going, what the hell? She did it this way in case you wanted to step your ombre your background, which I think is pretty cool, other than the fact that I honestly looked and did not ever find a photo of one done that way, which probably saved me time, bitching, and energy because I probably would have done it and I would have fucked something up. I do have a big mess up in a piece, and if you guys really want to go over that with me at some point, that's fine. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to fix that without tearing it all freaking apart. It's too deep. And I think we got triangles, and triangles is white. I think I'm going to applique the correct piece over the top. This can be a wall hanging. So, I think I should be able to even leave the cardstock right in there. Huh, I don't think that's going to screw anything up. Okay, I'm telling myself it's not going to screw anything up. All right. Salvage on that end. Do you want help a little? I don't got nothing, dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Hold on. Mom! Oh, with your thumb? Is he a meanie? No. You're a meanie. Are you a meanie? Is Daddy meanie? Big fat meanie. Can I see? Huh? Did Daddy get you in the eye? He didn't mean to. Mommy, pick me up. Mommy, pick me up. This is Watson. Hmm. Watson's the one that hurt her back a few years back. That's Daddy. He's a mean old thing, huh? Okay. I can attempt. I don't know. I can do this with you on my lap. Probably not safely. All right. Let's. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hi. Hi to everybody out there. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hmm? I got a bed right here at my feet. Would that work for you? Pouting. Who wears the pants in this here house? Hmm? Yeah? Tell me about it. It's alright. Just steal some of his food later. Okay? Sleep on his pillow. Oh, I know. You do that anyway. But I'm doing a thing. Can I do a thing? Oh, right up the nose. You little shit. Okay. Okay. Holding this across here. Oh, I gotta change camera. See, here is this laptop only has one USB, and I want to use the mouse, but need the camera plugged in. Are you okay right there? Do you have bushes on you? Silly. Gonna go. Okay. All right. So matching up our quarters, our edges here, definitely big enough. Hi. This doesn't work for me, dog. The other reason why I thought I'd do a live version of this is I freaking hate editing. Sucks all the joy I can have out of it, and it doesn't fucking matter. Everybody makes mistakes. And we're in this era, hi dog, in this era of, oh, it's recorded, so we can just fix it. It's like the Foo Fighters and spending all that money on the album that just basically sucked. And then going home and filming it in his freaking garage, or recording it in his garage. It's just do it. Just do it. All right, you go sleep with the other dog. I love you. You were fine. Dad didn't mean to stab you. Okay. Any idea who their new drummer's gonna be? She thinks you're the freaking devil.
Come here, buddy. I'm sorry.
She's fine at my feet, but you do need to somehow make up for it. Baby girl, I'm live. I can't hold you right this second. See, the big evil dad, he's gone. Here, how about if I bring you a couple fluffies? Hey, why don't you come right there? Yeah? Like I don't have 7,000 pounds of quilts and other blankets. Flushing. Dog. Oh, a good treat. Okay, I'm gonna just. Robert's eating crow. Wait, what section is this? 13. I think the triangles are only in there. All right, so then that means blue smoke. See, you already get to see me rip. That was we're going to turn that into the lighter blue. It must have really hurt. Making Robert work for it. Locals, what do you think about a book club? That was the other thing that I didn't mention. We'll probably pass on here about what everybody's reading. Just finished. Trying to decide what to go to now. Okay. I didn't really trim it so that it's big enough for something else later. Anyway, this is gonna just be like a big ass therapy session. Okay, there's um so I'll take that there and there. That curves into cocoa. What if I no? It doesn't have to be straight, guys. So if I where's the bigger? You know, I wonder. What if I just line it on that? That comes longer. That comes. That'll do. I believe. See, it's easier with thinner paper. Has anybody seen the new Superman? Members of my family have, but I'm going tomorrow. Hi, old dog. I thought you would be introduced first. I'm gonna pop over to the YouTube side of the camera here. There's a delay there, so we never know whether. I don't know whether it's still going. Concurrent viewers. Oh, well, hello. Nothing's popping up over here. This is why we're starting with just this crap because see that should not be that window. How long is lower than the recommended? Is it? Nope, still says it says end stream, so that makes me think it's I don't know how to see. Nope, nope, nope. Let's cancel that. All right, well, we're gonna go back and just watch from this side because that's what makes sense for me. Anyway, we are still figuring that out. I do apologize, but I haven't got into the nitty gritty of how the whole show is gonna go until we're sure I know the settings of everything because I don't want anybody to feel like they miss anything. And I'm the one that has to keep going to the kid going, now what do I do? Cherries? Hmm. Where was this one? Circles. Blue shade. I wonder if that's not going to work. Putting that blue shade there. Ah, crap on toast. I thought I figured all of that out. So that's blue shade down at the bottom. So what we're doing, if anybody is new and just tuning in, I'm still figuring crap out in case you haven't figured that out. We are going to have a UFO bullshit session and do roughly hour-long videos. I'm shooting for once a month. We'll go from there. And you either love me or you don't. And I do everything. There could be a drink, there could be dogs barking, there could be husbands bumping dogs and pissing them off. There could be anything. Um, it's the color of this here moon that's getting me all messed up because I was not wanting to put the super dark colors in here. So mine is a dark blue here. We've got green, then that's the background. Where's a piece? Shade. We got shade and denim. No, that. This is the background, but they want this one up in the moon, and that just seems so dark. That is a circle symbol, so that would be okay. The gold is the cherries, and the cherries is the blue, and then this little bit of dark. I don't know. I like the idea of putting the light up there, but now I just think I put it in the wrong spot, so maybe I'm overthinking the shit out of that. So maybe we need to find a couple pieces that aren't part of the moon for tonight, because that's okay with me too. A is dots, and dots is light blue. So we're coming up. the side of the mountain here on this one. So A is going to have a little tape on it. And coming up the side of the mountain is light dry brush. Because I screwed this up. This is the piece that I screwed up. Hi, dog. Are you still sad? Do you still want to be held? Go cry on Michael. Maybe Michael will fix it. Mikey fix it? A, B, background. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that moon a little closer. I thought I had it figured out enough to go, but I can't do anything exactly the way it's told because what I think I screwed up and did is I went ahead and substituted the light blue for the dark blue, but I might have already assigned the light blue someplace else too. In that case, it would be doubled, and I don't want that either. So picky. Okay, that's clear. Yes. Might be able to get away with a really tiny. It'll work. Oh, somebody wound up the dog. What's everybody reading? I don't know what to start. I like supernatural stuff. A, B, C. I just finished a 7-book thing. Although it ended well enough for it to be the end of the series, I was kind of hoping there was more, but I think it's the end. Starting a movie with Dad? Wow. They're going to start a movie. Maybe we should just keep sewing. Although Daisy does get her engine revved up about now. What time is it? Oh. All right. What are we doing? A, B, C, C is triangles, and triangle is okay. Gonna run out of thread before too long. I wonder if Amanda and Lee or Lily Harper Hart have anything out. Same person, by the way. Anything new or pick up something we haven't done over there. I want something with some substance, though, not one of those just nice, easy peach kitty cats. Going on to kitty cat. So, just out of curiosity. Hi, just to see it show up. I don't know why it's showing that as the new thing. Hmm, okay, whatever. Do you like the camera switching over to see me sew? I don't know. Cat was peach. Crap. Come on. Whoops, I forgot to move that. I mean, if I had a clicker, maybe if I had a clicker to make it really easy to switch camera views, I'd say the space bar, but the space bar is actually up in the middle of the keyboard or the middle of the laptop. Hi, dog. Are we starting? A, B, C, D, E. Looks like these pieces are all background, but we've got such an angle here. We're going to do this piece, E, and then these two will go on as one. I just line it up on the line. When you sew past your lines, then you end up having these little bits. That's not a big deal. I'd say my biggest gripe about paper piecing in general is, well, is this. I have so many piles of shit. I have the small bits that I've cut off that are still big enough for me to do stuff with. So I can't toss them yet. And then I've got all the trimmings. I have a rotary cutter. I have my little scissors. I have a seam ripper. I've got my thingies, rulers. So I'm working really hard at trying to consistently put stuff in the same location. I don't know how well it's working. Always set the little scissors in the same spot. Always set the rulers in the same spot. So when I'm struggling to find something, I should be in the same general area. Okay, let's try that. And I'll see if I can remember. I did this time. Whoops. Okay. Hmm. What are you mad about? Huh. You are. Okay. So you came unthreaded, and you might have run out of bobbin. You okay, Days? Oh, guess what? All my dogs are long hair doxies. All girls, no matter what their name is. Daisy. Well, Waddy there just turned 11, so did her sister, Dusty. And then Daisy's my old girl. Bobbin looks okay. Hmm. All right. Well, Daisy is 15 and a half. She can't see. She can't hear. I don't care what my husband says. She can't smell. You know, don't move too many things. She'll run into it. She'll run into shit. Anyway, poor girl flinches at shadows or bright lights. That sharp contrast there. All right, let's try this one more time. That sounded so much better. All right, now we'll have to move the camera back. It's funny how as you do this, it really doesn't look like you're doing anything. It's like kindergarten, right? So my little tip with doing this thicker paper like this is they have these water pens that you can open and fill with water and has like a little spongy or fiber type tip like markers do. You could also fill the same type of pens that you can fill with like starch. And that is what I would like to do on the seam. So then it would rip easy. I do not have one of those. My mother gave me several of them. I could find no use for them and got rid of them. Now I want one. Now I'm using just a paintbrush. I used just this little flat paintbrush and dipped it in water and ran it along the seam and let it wait a minute because it doesn't damage it, but it loosens the paper. So I was finally able to use that tip. All right, so I'm just going to warn everybody we're probably coming close to the end of our first test. Okay, so technically it's the second test, but the first test went out on the wrong channel where I didn't have any of you viewers. So the people that have already found me and have been waiting around forever for me to do something, yeah, it was not on the channel that you guys could even see. All right, now we need a long strip. Not chain. Need a long strip. Nope. And background. I'm just gonna cut a piece. Is that? Of course not. So I could probably get away with a smaller piece. So, any of you going, oh my god, the bias. Okay, it's getting locked in. It's attached to paper. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to give me much trouble. Okay, did you see what I was able to do there, though? I don't know if I can zoom in right here, but the bottom piece is over plenty. Here's where I need it to be. So I'm going to just take it over. This is the benefit of testing your fabric with the piece already folded back. So another thing, I have a video for paper piecing, and one of the things I had to kind of coin to help somebody was stitch and show. So we stitched it, and at this point you press open the seam, or press open the piece that you just did, because you started with, we're going to come back over here. We started with these two pretty pieces together. You sewed on the paper so that you could show your work, like a kid in school, show your work. So you're going to stitch it and then show it. The reason I say that is people were remembering that they had to fold, so they would get to this part, come here and fold, and it, this would never get opened, and all the work was ruined because it got cut right back off. Hey, old dog, what are you doing, old dog? We are just so looking here. Oof, I cut it close. When I look through, it comes right. Oof. All right, so here's one of those stupid things that I do, but it makes life a little easier. And I'm all for making it easier, not harder. That's one of those things that I will take from um, Quilt Smart. Quilt Smarter, not harder. We have enough things that make life difficult, but if we can find something to make it easy, give a shit. And to the people that look down on me and those who do all of the binding by machine, we're able to. Sorry, when quilting started, you weren't able to. Doesn't mean I'm cheating. All right, I'm going to cut the long sides first because I prefer to work with the smaller ruler. Oh, we might not have done it. Well, maybe. Uh, I can see the confusion on this. I've made it past here. We're going to have to fix this. It's at the end, so it won't be hard. But, it won't be great. Where do we have? 1, 2, 3. All right. So the problem is I marked where the lines are and I'm past where the lines are, but it didn't extend out to the point. So if I were to just we have to cover this point and we didn't make it. We came really close to screwing it up right there too. Close your blade. All right, so let's. I guess that's a decent. Sorry, dog. Oh, she found her bed though. Maybe, just maybe, she will settle in and let me get this fixed. Because I gotta go to the shop tomorrow, which means I probably won't do this again for a bit. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and take this out. Sounds like I'm watching an old movie. I think what's funny is think how well you do things, and the second the camera goes on, you mess it up. But you know, it's kind of like, you know, first of all, it shows we're human. Sometimes I notice, I mean, I don't, I know more than some. I know more than beginners because I've done it longer. But I can't say that I'm an expert or anything to that effect. But people will look to me too and be like, oh, I didn't think you made mistakes. Yeah, I make mistakes. So here, yeah, that's another one of the, this is why I prefer it live. I'm human. It doesn't go together right the first time, every time. It just doesn't. I'm not that lucky. Thinking about maybe getting rid of those, some of those electric seam rippers. They look like shavers, men's shavers. I mean, they're cuter because they're purple, but have you guys used them? I had them a long time ago. And then nobody talked about them for a while, and I've heard about them a few times recently. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. First of all, fabric isn't that expensive, and most of the time when I do paper piecing, it's 100% for my scraps. It is not this time because I'm hoping to kit it. That said, I even picked something to go in this that I had enough in my scrap that I could kit kits just for my scrap because I was home and I had to pick something because I wanted to go forward and I had to figure the damn moon out. All right, A is the purple. B, let's try the blue again. And let's not be stingy this time. All right, we're going to look at it while it's folded. Okay, see how this works this time. What are you unhappy about? Um, ran over itself. Now it's not happy. Shortened it. Yada yada. Okay. C was what? Diamonds. Or yeah, diamond triangles. Wait. That's weird. Okay. Let's just tuck you right there. Oops, I probably left it the camera view over here. And there are times I have to set these paper piecing projects aside. I'm just not in the mood. But lately, I've enjoyed it. Cat peach. White. There we go. That should be enough, don't you think? I do promise to watch this, even though I don't like watching myself, just so I can see how the volume sounds, etc. Please be kind and help me get started. I wouldn't want to start out already feeling like a failure because none of us want that, right? Not everybody. It's nerve-wracking to do this. I tried hard not to have a lot of my face on the camera, so that would help. You're not gonna find me in makeup anyway, right? All right. Whoops. Let's see. It is a small piece, but let's not. Okay, this is a weird piece, isn't it? Okay. So we're gonna just tuck it right up here. Well, dang. My least favorite thing is, well, I can't say ever, but I really don't like having to thread this because I can't see for shit, and I've had to do it twice. Got it. Okay. So we're just about done with this second time. So Daisy, being old, gets to the point where she wants the Tempur-Pedic. She can sleep all day, but she will definitely hit the point where she's like, nope, I'm done. Time for the Tempur-Pedic. And she's starting to pain. So let's see. What time is it? Oh, she's early then. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is usually her. We're going upstairs. Let's press that flat. And maybe we can do the same thing we did last time because we didn't trim it. I almost panicked again. This one's better than the last one. All right, let's try this again. This looks much better. Scissors back in the same spot. Rulers in the same spot. I'm not telling you, I'm telling me. Maybe, just maybe, me working on my own insanity will help you. All right, can't put it away, but I need. Hi, dog. Let's do that. All right. And so I'll chat with people as I see people chat, but like I said, it's gonna take a little bit for me to stop being so awkward here, knowing how to fill this silence. And then, we can bitch about what our UFO is together. You do have about, if you're wanting to play along, start working on your list. I have about 20. And then turned around and looked. There you go. And there is our keys. I did turn around after I made my list and realized that what's that pile of shit? Oh, it's more UFOs, but decided as we get stuff done, I'll need to stuff things in. And I do have one disclaimer. There's one that I went ahead and put on the list because I have to force myself to do it. It isn't going to be an emotional landmine, I think. And I do reserve the right to substitute out. I'll put it back in. But I do hold the right to veto the mom project. So anyway, I hope this works. I have great ideas and would love to just show with everybody and not have to worry about whether I am having a drink or say the word fuck. Or, it's just, our mom said fuck when she was sewing too. So there you go. That's just the way it is. We just got more modern equipment. All right, I will play with this, see how it goes. Please give me feedback. Find us. I'll put all kinds of links and shit in here. So we have a Facebook page, Material Magic Studio. We have a website, materialmagic.com. You can reach us at mymaterialmagic@gmail.com. I'll put all of those in there. We also do a Facebook live sale the last Tuesday of the month, and that's at 4:30. I am trying to figure out how to set up the Facebook web shop, which is different than the Facebook marketplace. Those are different. I don't know how to just shop the shops, but okay, I don't know. It's way too much shit. Anyway, I'll see you back here. Hop on over to Facebook, like us over there. That way you get follow us as well. Follow us here, mark the bell, and then you'll be alerted when we go live for something else. On Facebook, we do the live sales and open the boxes, and here will be tutorials and let's just freaking sit and sew with Jamie for a bit and watch her lose her shit over whatever the project is. All right, have a good evening. Talk to you later.